We start tonight with a tragic accident on the Willamette River. Two young men were rushed to the hospital after they were hit by a boat. It happened while they were tubing near Rogers Boat Ramp in Newburgh. Catherine Cook spoke with rescue crews at the scene tonight.
Before Yamhill County deputies wrapped it with police tape, this boat was on the Willamette River in Newburgh Monday afternoon. Investigators say the operator was towing two young men on an inner tube until something went terribly wrong.
They ended up turning in one direction and then correcting back the other direction, which swung the inner tube around, which caused them to unfortunately run over the two folks that were on the inner tube.
Deputies say the operator steered up Rogers Boat Landing, where medics from Tualatin Valley Fire and Rescue were waiting. Lifelight transported one of the victims to Emmanuel with life-threatening injuries. Medics took the other there by ambulance in serious condition. Investigators say those on board were from Brooks in Marion County.
They were all known to each other, so this is absolutely devastating, and our hearts go out to everyone involved and everyone that witnessed it too.
Deputies say their investigation could take a couple days to complete. They're asking anyone who may have seen something unusual related to the boat to let them know. They say the operator showed no visible signs of impairment, but that lack of experience may have been an issue.
It was my understanding that he has operated a boat before but doesn't have a lot of experience towing the tuber.
For others on the water, Monday's accident underlined how quickly things can change.
You always just have to have that awareness about the bigger boats and the faster boats.
Kayaker Courtney Rissy saw the emergency vehicles as they arrived.
It's wretched, and I feel for their parents and family and friends, and you think you're going out for a good time and fun afternoon, and anything can happen.
With the hot weather, obviously we see a lot more waterway usage. You can see the lineup of people launching as they've gotten off work tonight, so just be aware of the fact that there are a lot of people out on the water.
Beyond that, investigators say there is always an element of risk. Now, they hope for recovery.
Things do happen, but it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to come across something like this.
In Newburgh, Catherine Cook, KGW News.
Yes, heartbreaking. We hope and pray for recovery. A lot of people were out on the water because of the heat today. Chief Meteorologist Matt Zafino's here with how long those hot temps could stick around, Matt.
Well, it's a warm night out there right now. Temperature still holding in the 80s in Portland. Keep in mind 81, our current temperature here at 11 o'clock. That's our average high temperature for this date. So we are well, obviously above that. We're running 10, 11, 12, even 14 degrees warmer than we were at this time last night. So if you don't like the warm nights, find a way to cool down your house, because it is and will continue to be a very warm night out there. Now, here are the records for today. This is not what we hit. These are the existing high temperature records. 104, 100 at the coast at Astoria, 103 in Salem. So this shows you what we're capable of. What we did was less than that. Still hot, but less than the records. 96 in Portland. Though Troutdale tied its record with 98. 95 Vancouver, 97 in McMinnville. We hit 100 in Salem, though, so we got close to that record. And 84 at Tillamook. Now, the coast will cool down first. That will happen tomorrow. For the rest of us, that'll begin to happen a little bit tomorrow, but we really feel the cool down coming in tomorrow night and into Wednesday. And after that, the heat is off. Hey, I've got some really great pictures from aircraft pictures of the big fire down by Yosemite. I'll have that for you a little later, Laurel. Back to you.
All right, we'll see you later, Matt. Thank you. Now let's get you caught up on tonight's other headlines. Starting today, fire season is officially in effect for all of Oregon. The declaration means things like backyard debris burning is banned. This is video of wildfires from previous years. The official start is later this year because of our wet spring. To check for fire restrictions in your area, go to oregon.gov/ODF. Burn bans will also soon be in effect across southwest Washington. Clark, Cowlitz, and Skamania counties are all implementing them together starting Friday. And that means no open burning, and all burn permits that have already been issued will no longer be valid. Recreational campfires are only allowed in improved fire pits on designated campgrounds in forest lands. The ban will last through September 30th. 3 people were killed in separate shootings across the Portland metro area this weekend. The latest happened late Monday morning at the corner of Southeast 11th and Walnut in Hillsborough. A 40-year-old man was found dead at the scene. Another happened Friday night near Southeast Powell and 112th in Portland. One person was shot and killed, another injured. And no arrests in a Sunday night shooting that left a man dead near Northeast 12th and Prescott in Portland. All of these shootings remain under investigation. Tonight, we're taking a closer look at the fentanyl crisis and one solution health leaders say everyone should know about. Overdoses from fentanyl are up drastically in Oregon and across the country. Alma McCarty spoke with the state opioid treatment authority that's trying to break the stigma around one tried and true rescue drug. Alma?
Well, Laurel, the drug is naloxone, more commonly known as Narcan. It's not the first time we've reported on it. But experts say in the face of a worsening problem, it's critical that everyone know how to get it and how to use it.
Fentanyl, a powerful synthetic opioid, much deadlier and much more potent than other illegal drugs, continues to sweep through Oregon communities. Dr. John McElveen with the State Opioid Treatment Authority calls the pattern overwhelming.
A radical increase in morbidity and mortality associated with fentanyl, and really Oregon communities are awash in it. Fentanyl has really replaced things like heroin in the drug supply.
OHA reports that over the last 30 months, fentanyl has become a leading cause in overdose deaths, jumping more than 600% between 2019 and 2021. Current data shows 2022 will be no different.
So obviously more reach, right? Greater reach of folks, unfortunately, again, and a greater potency. It's really not to be overly dramatic, but it's a deadly combination. And how fentanyl's really permeated our communities, the need for naloxone is overwhelming.
However, Dr. McElveen explains, though the need is there,
many folks who suffer fatal overdoses don't have usage of Narcan or naloxone.
He says some people are still hesitant to carry it or use it.
Even though it's fully legal, it's fully covered with your insurance, including OHP. I want to make that really clear. There's a stigma attached.
That's why health leaders are urging the use of the rescue drug because it's easy to use and it saves lives. OHA is providing online resources about naloxone, like this map that specifically lists the Oregon pharmacies distributing it.
It basically kicks the opioids off the receptor, so it interrupts that process of euphoria, analgesia. What overdose is caused by is it's an overloading of those receptors, right? It's as if you stack opioids on top of opioids on top of opioids. And this is directly related to our issue of, opioid naive people that experience overdose.
Health officials are also reminding Oregonians about the state's Good Samaritan law, which protects the person who calls for help as well as the person who is overdosed against possession and paraphernalia charges. Laurel?
Thank you, Alma. PBOT has a simple request for Portland drivers tonight: slow the flock down. It's a new safety campaign in partnership with Seattle's Department of Transportation. They say, well, that slogan is, kind of tongue-in-cheek. It takes on the serious issue of speeding drivers. Both agencies say it's in response to the increasing number of traffic deaths and injuries. You can expect to see billboards and events around town and social media ads. So now you know what it's all about. Well, now to an update on a stolen motorcycle that was taken from a 75-year-old Navy veteran in Gresham. Edwin Anderson's Stars and Stripes motorcycle was finally returned after it was stolen last week. Now, he's a member of the Patriot Guard Riders and uses the bike to honor service members and veterans. His family credits the local group PDX Stolen Cars for helping him find his bike on Northeast 44th off Sandy Boulevard. As you can see, it still works, but whoever stole the bike took the Stars and Stripes wrap off of it. Fortunately, the license plate was still on it, so they were able to verify it was his. And we are just really glad it's back where it belongs.